they want to ask a wise black woman.
Is that me?
So, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is James Jones, and today I am here with...
I'm Alexandra Arrington.
Okay.
Thrilled to be here.
Okay. So we are both excited. So let's get into introductions. We already got who are you? What do you do?
What do I do? Mm-hmm. So I like to think of myself as a community person. Like, that is my role. That is my spirit. That is my that's my calling, to be a community person. And so that has played out in a lot of different ways in terms of formal roles. But mainly I'm a consultant, a counselor, and a coach.
Okay, so I always tell people about you because you're like one of my favorite people I've ever met. And and so I'm always like trying to tell them everything that I know you do / like have done. And I'm just like, you just got to meet her. So that's why I wanted to
get... That's sweet. And I feel the same way. I absolutely feel the same way.
All right, so today, y'all, we're going to be tasting Little Debbie cakes. So we're going to taste and rank them. I haven't had Debbie cakes in years. Oatmeal cream pie is probably the only one I've really had. You say you had these a week ago?
We pick them up.
Okay.
We pick them up now.
See, my nieces and nephews haven't gotten to Debbie cake snacking age yet. Or at least they don't care about it. They like hot Cheeto. They're on that hot Cheeto phase right now.
Takis too.
They haven't got Takis. They haven't hit that yet. I'm trying to keep that away from them.
Got you. Yeah, we keep them in rotation in the household. We gonna lie.
Are your kids on the hot Cheetos?
They love hot Cheetos and they like hot Takis too.
I've never been a hot.
Not a hot person.
Not a hot. Man, hot sausage. Hot sausage.
You do hot sausage?
Hot sausage. Okay, do you want to tell people where you're from?
Yes, that's an interesting question. Mm-hmm. I am from Virginia.
Okay.
I'm from Virginia.
And you made it all the way to
a couple places to get to Charlotte.
Okay.
I've been here for about 11, 12 years now.
Where's your favorite place you've ever lived?
My favorite place that I ever lived? That's a good question. I have had very strong ties to each place that I lived because I'm a community person. But if I had to go back and live in one place, it would probably be Durham. I love living
over
in
Charlotte? Mm-hmm. I've never been to... Have I been? I don't think I've ever been to Durham.
Shout out to the Blue City.
Okay. That's what they do?
Hey.
Okay. All right, so we're going to get into the first cake. I'm going to pick the first one we're going to try. I'm going to go with the raisin cream pies. So I picked these because my grandma, I'm from New York, South Carolina. So she was born and raised in Silver Street and Little Town, and she always kept these. And when I was little, I used to pluck the raisin off the top and just eat like the cream pie.
Yeah.
So
it looks like a grandma cake. I ain't gonna lie.
Is it like... Okay, before we get into this, what is your take on Little Debbie as a brand, though? Like...
wow, let's just open it up, okay? I am okay with Little Debbie representing the snack.
Yep.
She's
been holding it down.
It's the other people, right? That I may have problems. Little Debbie ain't got shit.
It ain't Little Debbie fault.
It's I don't have any qualms about Little Debbie doing what she did. We can discuss that further. Now, you get into my area right now.
I know
Cultural analysis. So,
I've heard it was whoever the dude is that created. I heard it was his niece.
So I know when things be based on real people, it's like you creating stereotypes and stuff. That's the part where we gotta take a pause for a cause. Wow, this is a whole.
And you don't have to eat the whole thing. We just doing a taste. You
already
done with it? Oh,
I'm sorry. I was a tip.
Okay, so the first question we're gonna ask you. And again, I got some of these questions from some people. Again, I asked them, what questions would you have for a wise black woman? I wanted to add like successful in there, and I know like success for everybody is their own measurement. Yeah. But so the first question I got was, what makes you happy and full of love?
Yeah, that's a great question, and not one that I think we generally spend enough time thinking about. It's simple. It's the simple stuff for me, and I think as I get older, the simpler it is, the better. It's really being around people that I love and who love me, and having some good food.
Okay.
And doing those at the same time.
Right. Can't beat it.
So post-pandemic, we just had a house gathering, and it was
Refreshing.
happiness and love. Like this time, you gotta realize how much you hadn't seen people, how much you miss people that you care about, and so it just really reminded me of those simple things that
for sure
make me happy and full of love.
For sure, I agree with that, with all of that. Let's get into tasting.
Let's get into the taste.
Are you gonna plug the raisins?
I smelled it. I had to see. Stuff gotta smell good to me. I don't know what you call that smell.
I was about to say this smell like cake to me. All right.
Did you eat the raisin?
I did. I don't taste it though. I feel it.
Ooh, yeah, that texture.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Not a huge raisin fan. I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie. I can eat them. I love grapes. Not a huge raisin fan.
Okay. I'm gonna just write them down and then I'm gonna rank them after.
Legit.
My grandma used to peel the skins off her grapes, which always was weird to me. Okay.
Grandma be doing stuff.
All right.
That's
So.
funny. Can I keep mine so I can
Yes,
eat them later?
you can. Yep. All right, you can pick the next one that you feel like we should try.
Okay, listen. It's two that
Just
I
call
already
your
have
name.
preconceived notions around, and they're positive preconceived notions. Right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you which now, but I'm gonna just tell you that we can go to the historic. Okay.
Our Star Crunch or historic?
They're historic.
Okay.
They're iconic. Okay.
So my uncle put me on these. What's your history with Star Crunch?
So Star Crunch, this is a childhood favorite in our house. Like, I am a crunch person. The Rice Krispies, like, you can't go wrong with the Rice Krispies.
Is it nougat? What we got? Caramel?
Yep, caramel and crisp rice.
I
call them Rice Krispies. That's the...
And it's covered in chocolate. You can't go wrong with chocolate.
It's the layers of the texture.
Okay. All right, so... so I had a phase where this was my favorite one. So I feel like I kind of went through phases with most of these. Well, not that part of the table.
Not
I did
so
like
much.
Swiss rolls, but my sister. Are you a freeze the Nutty Buddy person?
Because I've heard that. I have not tried that. But I like these for some reason. I like Kit Kats, and I do freeze Kit Kats.
You like wafers though? You're a wafer type person. Okay, all right. Okay, so
there it is.
All right, so we're going to get into the second question. Excuse me, I'm going to say that again. We're going to get into the second question. How does a younger Black woman or girl aspire to be wise, successful, or happy?
That is an interesting question. If I sit here and say I have the audacity to think of myself as having some wisdom, right, or having some modicum of success, I really think about the people that have influenced my life. I have spent, for most of my life, I spent a lot of time with older people. So when you think about wisdom, I think about age, to be honest, because with age comes experience, comes learning, or at least the opportunity for experience, the opportunity for learning. And having grown up around a lot of older people, just listening to what they're talking about, how they're talking. Not that you always agree or that, they always drop in the most deep wisdom knowledge, but just hearing perspective and, allowing that to impact what perspective you hold. I think that is a really critical part of becoming wise or even aspiring, as the question says, aspiring to wisdom. So the company you keep has a really strong bearing on that.
Do you feel like there was an age when you where you were like, I feel like I hit an age where I was like hungry to just learn as much as I could from anybody. I think I had heard the phrase like you can learn something from everybody, and then after that I went through a phase where I was just like just talking to people and just trying to understand. Do you feel like you had a age or like a stage where you were doing that?
Always.
Okay.
And I'll tell you,
so you were born wise then. That's what it is.
I don't want to say that, but I think there's a posture that you can keep, right? That has you in a way where you're more susceptible to gaining the wisdom, right? A posture, a curiosity of asking questions, of of, to your point, acting and thinking that you can learn things from other people, no matter who they are, is really important to how you develop wisdom, I think. So
I agree. See, I don't think we're gonna hit anything that we're gonna disagree on. We're gonna have to
I
see.
know we might.
Well, maybe these Debbie cakes.
We might. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So,
Oh, you ain't smell that one, so you ain't gotta smell that one.
I know I do. It's that cocoa for me.
All right, let's see. It's been a minute. I feel like these got smaller too. Am I tripping?
No,
Or is
you
this...
might be right. You might be right. I'm trying to think how would I have remembered that they tasted, but I know I'm about to get the second bite.
I feel like the aftertaste is not as good as I remember it. The initial taste is good. I think the aftertaste is a little. This might have shocked me.
That's kind of even. I think I expected more of that caramel flavor to come through. It didn't.
I feel like I remember it being a little more sticky too.
Yeah, probably. Interesting.
I got us some seltzer water, sparkling. I've heard this cleanses your palate. I might be made that up, but
fancy.
I know they give it to you whenever you get espresso.
It's Italian sparkling. Nice.
Oh, that's out. That's all they had at the 7-Eleven. Shout out 7-Eleven. All right.
I like that.
That was Star Crunch. Okay, so then I'm gonna pick the next one. I'm gonna go into what a lot of people say is the OG, honey buns.
Listen, vending machines all over the nation.
I feel like, but honey, like it's so many different kinds. Are you do you like the ones with the white icing, the white frosting on?
I don't like the icing.
Yeah. Too much.
I never like the icing. It's just because the ones that I've had, they've always tasted so artificial.
Yeah, I feel like you can like peel that off too if you want it.
You used to play with the icing, not eat it. That's hilarious.
So my older sister, I got 2 sisters older than me and 1 younger. So like I guess the second oldest, I always call her older, and then I got the oldest. Oh, these look fire. But she used to love these. Yes, for sure.
Oh, I think I got to smell this one.
Okay. I watched a video and they were talking about it doesn't have honey in honey buns.
They don't have honey.
Look at the ingredients.
It ain't number 1 for sure.
It's a lot of 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
Wow. Dry honey?
Dry honey.
Yay.
You count that?
I would.
Okay, this guy.
It's a close thing to
dry honey. You gonna see.
That's interesting.
Okay, I was about to eat, but I already eat this hot. So this is the third question.
Yes.
All right, so this one came from a friend of mine. What are the top 3 things a man could do to approach a woman correctly and respectfully? Miles, this is your question.
See, Miles, this is the one that has given me great pause, Miles.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to try to bring it back in. Mm-hmm. So when I think about just men and women's relationships, like I feel like I'm so far removed. One of the things that I often tell my dear and loving husband is that I could not be single again. So whatever he do, he not getting rid of me. Yeah. And that's because he's great and amazing and awesome, but it's also because I'm scared.
Ooh, it's scary out here. It's scary out here.
I don't know the rules of engagement. I don't know how to go. And I'll give you an example. Straight up, I had a single friend of mine say, I heard from this guy, we gonna go on a date, and he was like, he suggested a strip club as a first date. And I was like, no judgment, on that, but I would be completely floored.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't know what to do with that.
Yeah. So, how about the first date?
The first date. I was like, did you have a conversation
before? Did y'all
meet somewhere similar? And then that's how I don't know, but like just the whole idea of that, I was like, you know what? So, what I would say is, if I think back to, what I think will be timelessly attractive between men and women is like being confident in yourself,
Mhm.
like being okay with who you are, flaws and all, is attractive because you hold that confidence and it comes across to other people genuinely and authentically. That's one thing. Um, I feel like we have in this age of the gram, of the chats, of Snap, of the books of Face, even though that is like, going out in style, that we have this tendency and even this incentive to like make yourself into something. And I don't mean, you can change up your look, you can put some some specs on. These ain't real, I don't wear those. But that's a look. That's what I'm trying to achieve for the moment.
Right.
And I think that's fine, but like trying to recreate personalities and stuff, like that's the part that's scary.
You can be who you want to be on.
And that's like who are we getting today, right? And I don't think that's conducive to like self-awareness and self-knowledge. And what I think is like the best thing that you can do for other people is be looking at you often.
Right.
Is be becoming more aware of how you exist, why you exist, how you're socialized, and having answers for yourself.
Right.
Because then you can offer that to other people and they can say, yeah, I can deal with that, or nah, I can't deal with that. Right?
Yep.
So that's 2 and 3.
Yep. Okay. That's
because the rest of it, I don't know.
I definitely feel like it's hard. It's because you got social media, so not a lot of people are talking to people in person anymore. We're in a day and age too where women are like of being more aware of their surroundings. So like out in public, it's kind of hard to really talk to a woman because you got a lot of like shicey stuff going on that people are more aware of. So hey y'all,
and pray.
Yeah, pray and be confident and look at yourself.
Look at yourself.
All right, we get into the honey buns from that one. I feel like that shouldn't have been a honey bun question, but it's
I don't know. That was hard.
It's kind of messy too. I would want to get us like to my niece and nephew.
They have it all over their face, their clothes. I like the light icing brush.
Okay, the icing. Yep.
It's not as sweet as I remember for sure. They said this sugar shot killing the nation.
I'm disappointed in the bun part. It's too
dry. I was expecting a little more.
It's too soft.
No, it's too soft.
A little
a
little something. Oh yeah, we don't. All right. It don't sound like I'm happy with any of this.
It's all right.
All right, we're gonna get to my one. All right, you pick the next one.
Think about these TikTok challenges. Let me see.
They did TikTok with that. Is it TikTok with Swiss rolls?
No, it's the music that I was thinking about. I don't even know what song it is, so I can't even tell you. See how cool I am. We're going to go to the OG Swiss rolls.
Swiss rolls. I used to pick these when I was younger because it was 2 in a pack. So I was like, I'm getting 2. I'm good.
Double the reward.
All right.
These were the lunchtime favorites. Okay, your mama made your lunch.
But then you had to be careful getting these. Like if you had siblings, then your mom was like, "Oh, get her one, get her one."
Right.
And you like, nah, you can't. I can't. All right. Next question.
Yes, the chat.
Let me Swiss roll. All right. Make sure I phrase this right. I got this from a friend of mine. This question, and this is how she wrote it. So she said, "How do we gotta be strong forever?"
So strong forever.
And this is for Black women.
Yeah. We don't. We really don't.
That is not the answer I was expecting. That's a really good answer.
We really don't. And a lot of the stuff that I'm doing right now is reading and researching and studying. There is something called allostatic load. Okay. Black women have more stress for being Black and being woman than other racial and gender groups and classifications. No, we cannot. It is killing us.
Yep.
Okay, so when we talk about being strong, that is an aspect of our constitution, of our character. It is not this trope and this stereotype that's being pushed. We ain't got to carry everything and everybody. We do not.
I agree.
We cannot. And I will say the fortitude that Black women have had, the leadership, how we have had to step up and carry, has been admirable in some ways. It's been sad in some other ways, right? And so I am grateful and I have gratitude for Black women, especially in my life and my history, who have taken on that mantle where needed. But I don't know if you know, I lost my mom last year, and I think about just how strong she felt like she had to be for everyone else. And I am convinced that was part of why she was susceptible to the disease that killed her. And so what I'll say with that is we are soft, right? We can be afraid, right? We can be silly and have fun and all these other things. And if we choose to be strong, right, that's not all that we are.
Right.
So that's where I live at.
That is very well said. And I agree. I grew up with 3 sisters, a mom. So I definitely feel like they do have to put on like that, like you said, carry it, and they shouldn't have to, and you don't. So I'm gonna agree with that, and we're gonna get into some strong Black Swiss rolls.
Put it down. It'll be all right. That smell.
Was the smell?
Dang.
Okay, yeah. Are you a chocolate person? Like you like chocolate?
Love chocolate?
Okay.
I absolutely love chocolate.
I sometimes stay away.
What's the backstory?
Woo! It's rich.
It is.
Y'all didn't see that.
Can I eat
Spit it a little bit. I don't know. As I got older, chocolate was just too sweet.
Really?
Have you had a Snickers lately?
I have not. I can't say. I'm a dark chocolate person.
Okay, well, I like dark chocolate too.
Sophisticated.
I don't know, y'all. All of these might be last.
That's like I remember.
So that's out of the ones so far. You feel like that's the most consistent one?
That's like I remember from last week.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the OG. This is my what I think is gonna be number 1. Oatmeal cream. Cannot go wrong. So my grandma, even though she did have the raisins, whenever she had a little extra cash, she did. She
went all out.
She had both.
Wow.
She had both of them in there.
I think a good amount of our grandmas have
oatmeal cream.
Definitely Pauline. Pauline. This is her.
What's the one?
Her go-to.
My grandma had she had a fruit basket hanging up her window, and then like she didn't have fruit, she would put some of those in there.
I never found out. So that cream basket. That cinnamon though.
Good.
That cinnamon.
Did you already eat?
I'm not going to eat.
Go ahead. It's all right. We're going to taste first. We taste it first. Go ahead. We already did.
I'm excited. I love the snack. Is that nutmeg too? Is it a hint?
Oh, your taste buds on fire.
The smell is like amazing.
I see molasses. They got raisin paste.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Interesting. Wheat,
salt, soy. If you had allergies, you didn't probably mess with none of these.
You're right.
I know.
You got TBHQ in it. That's a big no-no.
What's TBHQ?
That's the stuff. That's a preservative that was like sitting in your digestive tract for like years. Mm-hmm.
That's in the Nutty Buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, and how far up that is?
In there too.
All right, look.
Shout out to fruits and vegetables. Okay. And water.
Shout out. And water. Okay. We're going into a question now. That was all right, y'all. I already know. Ain't need no question. Okay. This is a question that I have. So being on the social medias, it's a lot of people got a lot of opinions. People argue over nothing all the time. So one thing I see is there's like a constant bickering between black men and black women. So what do you feel like the climate is? And then if you feel like it's good, why? And if not, why?
The climate on social media or just in general?
You can break it down and go deep if you want to.
You know, part of it, I think part of the perception of that is where you plugged in. I want to tell you, you cultivate your little echo chamber, I guess, if you will, both in real life and on social media. It's not a whole bunch of back and forth on my social media feeds. I follow a lot of people that are academics or that is, community organizers, and they fighting the power. They're not fighting each other on the social medias. Wow. And the other thing that I absolutely love is the comedy and the hilarity that people bring to social media. So those are the two things, right, that I see most often in my feed. I don't really see a whole lot of the back and forth. I don't mean that it's not there. I just mean I don't see it as often. And if I do, my first inclination is to be like, ain't nobody paying me for this.
Right.
I do not need to share my opinion that bad to go back and forth with somebody. So.
Okay.
That's a non-answer answer.
Yeah, no, that's a good answer. Because I didn't think about it like that either. So one, I need to clean up my social media.
If you're messy, go ahead and unfollow.
But I feel like the one that kind of comes from a lot of single people, because then it's like people that aren't really like they're going through dating and stuff, and they're like, men aren't this because this is what's happening, and then men saying, women aren't this because this is happening.
And their feelings.
And then you got the whole race thing going into it, like the NFL draft when that happened, and everybody was talking about, what the dynamic was between the relationships of the people that were getting drafted. But it's just always topics. I like them sometimes. They're good, like just to think about. But then at the same time, like you said, it just depends on. Do you feel like you're around more like married people too, or you follow more married people? Because I feel like if you're married, you can't you don't really, like you said, you don't really care.
That's a good question. And I don't mean to say, I don't experience people debating or discourse. There's absolutely that. I just mean on some foolishness. If people are clearly dead set in an opinion that they have, I don't feel compelled. Or people, that I may follow or that I may see, I don't see where people are compelled to try to argue somebody's opinion down. They're going to be like, yeah, that might be some foolishness. I'm not going into that. Or they might go into it and be like, that's your opinion. And nobody cares.
Right.
So I don't know if that's a function of who I follow in terms of married. I'm sure that I follow single people, and I'm sure that I follow married people. I don't know what that ratio is.
So, question, have you come across Kevin Samuels?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you a fan of Kevin Samuels?
I am not a fan of Kevin Samuels. And so here's the other thing. So here's an example, right?
Because he sparks up a lot of controversy around that stuff too. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I have people, right, I'm dating myself on Facebook feed that would be like, yeah, Kevin Samuels, he's saying what need to be said because some of y'all need to get yourself together. And I feel like, single, divorced, you ain't got nothing going for you.
Right.
And this is the person you about to uplift for everybody. You talking more about yourself than you talking about anybody else. And so, again, it's have your opinions. I guess that's what it's there for.
Yep.
But I'm not, there 10 times out of 10, 100 times out of 100, I'm not being here for anybody coming for Black women.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Point blank. I don't care how messy or whatever else. I'm not gonna be here for that. So he was already out then.
Yep. I'm not a fan. I feel like you said, I'm like everything you said. I don't. He just don't sit right with me. I feel like he's like.
It's so judgy. It's like, who are you? Who are you?
Yep.
And that's that goes back to my earlier comment when I was talking about when you want to have good, sustained, healthy relationships, you doing that with you. You're not doing that with other people.
Right.
Because when you're doing it with you don't need to do it with other people.
Why do you feel like people are still calling in to talk to him?
Because we live for the drama.
That is very true.
We live for, it's very commercialized at this point. He has incentive. We like mess. I am a Real Housewives fan. Because I like the mess every here and again, but I also do as much as I can, not to have that translate to my real actual life.
Yeah.
I can have that, and also there's that conscientiousness around it. It's like, this is TV.
Right.
It's done so that people will watch. It's
Right.
done for ratings, and however authentic the people are or not, I realize it's the medium, right, is conducive to that kind of display. So, yeah.
I'm agreeing on
No
all of
shout
that.
out to Kevin Samuels.
No shout out. I'm gonna beep his name out. All
Okay.
right. All right, you get to pick the next one.
Okay.
We have what, 3 more left?
We do.
Okay.
Listen, I say, let's just
All
go
right.
ahead and hit it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go ahead and hit it. I just now saw that TBHQ. That made me
So
feel
she
some
about
kind of
to
different way.
Put TBHQ in my body, y'all. It's gotta be in
Sorry
this
in
one.
advance. Just take a little
Look.
bite.
Well, I'm about to take out these home to my nieces and nephews, so they body's young. They'll fight it off
Listen,
real quick.
I just, just have them get fruit smoothie after.
I'm gonna get them some apple cider vinegar. Does that help with digestion?
Not often. You do that every here and again.
Really? Somebody said you're supposed to do a teaspoon a day.
Oh, the peanut
Or
butter.
tablespoon. I am
the
a peanut butter.
ACV.
Okay, this probably smells the best out of all of them. That one is.
Already known.
You already biased coming in this one.
I know, and I can't help but hold my opinions on my face too. I
like
try not to give it all
butter,
away.
though.
I'm not even a huge peanut butter fan.
Really?
I'm not even.
Like if I do a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it's like 75% peanut butter, 25%.
The ratio.
Jelly. Yeah, I can't have too much jelly.
I've never been a big fan. And it's funny coming from Virginia, like that's a huge crop. You got
Really?
peanuts everywhere. Yep.
Yeah,
Listen, you probably should
what part of Virginia?
You probably should be the former Confederate capital.
Okay.
Richmond, okay?
Okay. I lived in, when I was younger, we moved for a year to Danville.
Yeah. So that's out west, a little bit, little country, a little out there. Yeah, I've never been a big peanut fan, like ever, but these and the good Reese's are
the Reese's Pieces or Reese's?
Oh, no, I don't even like the
You don't like Reese's Pieces? Oh, Reese's Pieces are better than Reese's Cups.
It's because when I eat something like a candy coated thing, I expect an M&M every time.
Okay.
That's really what happens.
So you don't do Skittles either?
I don't do Skittles for that same reason. It's like, if it's candy coated, there needs to be chocolate in there.
Peanut butter, peanut M&M or the regular?
No peanuts, because I don't do the peanuts. And so I can do this because it's paste. It's not even real peanuts. It's like, I don't even like crunchy,
I love crunchy peanut butter. Oh, man.
Yeah.
My grandma used to grab a spoon and she used to eat peanut butter out the jar. You're not a fan? Okay. All right, question number 6. We tasted again before we did the question.
We did.
So you done switched up the whole. This your show.
I'm sorry.
So what things are you doing? What things do you have going on that you would like to share with the people?
Y'all, I am really happy about this space in life that I am in. With the pandemic, I've always been conscious about race. I've always had a desire to have spaces be created and shifted and changed so that Black people and other people of color and queer people and other quote-unquote marginalized people, and I say quote-unquote because I like people to feel seen, but I do not like some of the labels that we have for groups. I just really mean people. Right. But for the sake of conversation, I'm trying to say is white people that be included all the time. Okay. Right. I'm trying to say we need everybody in here. And so I'm doing a lot of consulting work with a variety of organizations that are local to Charlotte and beyond to really think about what has created the environments and the cultures that we have now. And what is that doing for people of color? What is that doing for marginalized people? Are they there? Do they feel safe? Are they included? Do you care about them? Right? Are these healing spaces for them? And if not, why not? And like, how can we move and shift and change and become more aware about how to do that? And what's really the benefit of that? And I'm not going to say, I can get on this box all day. I'm not going to say it, but what I'm going to say is our beautiful, special, blessed, and wonderful gifts that we all have are being thwarted when we uphold culture that marginalizes and that kicks people out. I want people to be able to give their wonderful and special gifts just like they are. And so I'm compelled personally and professionally to do this work because people are beautiful and people are amazing, and particularly Black people and particularly people of color. It's so much stuff, right? And the way culture has been set up to benefit white men, and because they've been developed by white men, that naturally excludes a lot of other people. So when we communicate and create and build for the people who have historically been marginalized, it allows everybody's gifts to come in. And that's the B for me. So I'm doing some of that. I'm teaching the children. I love the children. And I say I'm teaching the children, and it's not really that. It's I'm allowing the children to bring their gifts and be great and be amazing. So the Money Maddox Club is an entrepreneurship-based club where we try to help kids learn about what it means to have a business. And again, I be having the kids come in from they're 5 to 11 years old, and they're teaching me stuff. And I love that. I've never had a posture, even as a teacher and as an instructor, as a facilitator, that I'm the only one with knowledge. It's my desire to have everybody bring their knowledge, their 5-year-old knowledge, their 11-year-old knowledge, their 50-year-old knowledge, their 90-year-old knowledge, right? And bring it for the benefit of everybody. So those are a couple things I got going. It's keeping my time right now, and I'm grateful.
I feel like there's like I put this is again one of my questions because I feel like it's always hard for me to tell people what you do because you always have your hands in like everything. Again, and I guess that's like a part of like trying to bring those cultures together, make sure people are like thriving and are being included. So yeah.
Look now, booked and busy.
Flued out.
I would love to get flued out. That has not happened yet.
Okay.
But that is on the agenda.
Okay. After Charlotte. Okay.
I'd love to get flued out, okay? AlexandraArrington.com. Hit me up.
Hit her up. Y'all heard her. Okay. I'm kind of dreading this one, so I want to go ahead and get this one out the way.
Okay.
This is a little too much chocolate for me. But I did used to like them.
Right up my alley.
And so, I was on TJ. I was like, I was looking at these and then the walnut ones. And I was like, which one do people feel like are more classic? The cosmic brownies or the walnut? And he was like, oh, cosmic. I was like, what's good?
Really?
And then I grabbed these because I was like, just in case you ain't like peanuts or nuts.
The cosmic is more classic?
That's what he said.
I've never seen these before. I've never seen these
You've never seen cosmic brownies?
No, I haven't. So I'm not necessarily saying I should be the judge.
Somebody let her know.
Okay, chocolate.
Okay.
That's that.
So I used to like these, and then I felt like they were it was too, like this, first of all, this is not even like a house. This is not brownie texture.
It's not. It feels strange.
Yeah, it's like mush, but we'll rock with it. We're going to taste it.
It's the cacao for me. I'm eating the candy-coated candies first.
You picked it off?
I did.
Ooh-wee. That's my
chocolate. I'm trying to think what I'm feeling. It feels too what's the word?
Well, you didn't make that face with any of the other ones.
It feels so commercialized. Like it feels like industrial.
Right.
It's not like, you bake a brownie at home.
I would love to see how they make them I feel like it's like a machine that just plops out a little chunk of chocolate and then you're like.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. And I can taste that.
Okay. Okay, last question before we taste the last one. And I made my first YouTube video like 4 months ago. And I just haven't been able to. But
which I love, by the way. And which I was like, James, I need you.
Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, all
Let
that
me
good
get
stuff.
on your channel because it's so cool. You're so cool.
You did. Y'all, I posted this. You like, how do I, like, the only person like, how do I get on this? And I was like, all right, we gotta make it happen. But, like, with everything going on, I was like, I haven't made time to, like, and I've read the book, The Way to Spirit Man, like one of my favorite books. And he talks about, like, when you're, like, purpose and all that. And he talks about how you should put, like, an hour a day into something that you, like, or you feel like your purpose, you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I gotta stop playing and get on it. So, but with that, how do you feel like you manage time with like everything that you got going on, family, being a wife, making stuff happen and shape?
Listen, you know, one of the things back to the earlier, the last question, like things that I'm doing, like with Money Magnets Club, we teach kids about money as a resource. And with any resources, time included, you gotta know how much you got and you gotta know what you wanna do with it, right? And when you know how much you have and you know what you wanna do with it, that helps you to organize it in a way that is conducive to you using what you have to do what you wanna do, right? And so that in addition, so that's the same about time and money, but also thinking about priorities, right? You gotta live, you gotta eat, right? You gotta sleep, right? So a budget that you do for money is a similar budget that you can do for time. And I have done that several times over the pandemic, which has been awesome. If I say, you know, there's 24 hours in a day, right? There's 7 days in a week, right? There's 30 days in a month. I can say, here's how many hours that I have over the course of 30 days.
Right.
And then I say, if I know I need to get more sleep because I'm toe up and I'm not bringing my best self to the day, I can say I need to budget 8 hours a night for those 30 days. That's 240 hours, right? Out of the 30 or 31 day month.
Right.
So I take that away. That's for sleep. Right? Then I say, well, how much I want to watch Netflix? Because that's going to happen. Okay?
Right.
Maybe I'll budget an hour a week, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours if I'm feeling generous, right? And just do it like that. That has been a super organizational tool for me.
Yeah.
The other part is that doing the stuff that I do and the way that I like to do it, I have to use multiple levels and multiple layers of accountability around that. So I use the time budget as a tool. I absolutely cannot live without my iPhone calendar and my notifications.
I never use my iPhone
and
calendar.
I set them for emails. I need you to send me an email 30 minutes before I'm supposed to do something. So I'm going to always check my email. So I'm going to see, oh, girl, you're supposed to be doing da-da-da. Okay, let me get right to it. Okay. So that, in addition to, and that's kind of like the immediate stuff, but I like to also vision and dream and think about, like, what do I want my life to look like next year, in 6 months, in 3 months? And when I have like a goal or a vision, I can back that into what does that require of me today if I want to do that thing a year out from now. Okay. Right? Yep. So those are some things that really help me to manage time, that have helped me be successful. I keep a wall calendar, a 12-month wall calendar. I keep a week calendar. I keep the day. I got all of them. And so I write. I don't have a preference either because I write and I do electronic. So whatever works for you. If you know, listen, I'm not about to use this phone calendar. That's cool. Get a planner, right? Use that. But writing things down, it helps really to go into different layers of your memory, right? Your brain engages by you writing, by you reading, by you saying it out loud. Next week, I have to. Right. Today, I need to accomplish. Right. And also like crossing stuff out. So I'll write lists so I can be like, yeah, that's done. Woo, she did it. Got it.
I was going to say, one thing for me too, I feel like whenever I write stuff down is I kind of get like discouraged, or like I feel like I would get in that area of like where you're looking at yourself, like if you don't get something done in that time that you say, like if I write this down for this week and I don't make it happen, then I'm like, all right, like what's going on that I couldn't make that happen? And it's kind of like a bad feeling. But then, like you said, the good thing is like when you do get it done, you get to cross it out. So I guess it's just like
it's both. Like you can give yourself some grace too, and your list can continue for another day. That's
Right.
another part. So that's the great benefit I have of having a list is I can go back and say, I didn't get it done then, but I did it 2 weeks from now. Whoa, and it's still there. Let me check that off so I can have that satisfaction of saying, maybe it didn't get done when I intended for it to get done, but it did get done.
Right.
And
Okay.
even if it doesn't get done, that's also okay too.
You just gotta be okay. I feel like that kind of loses like one of my favorite lessons I've learned in life is balance.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like you said, it's like it's a good and bad and black and white and everything. So just having to try to find that balance, and I'm gonna get better at my time management, y'all. I'm having another video out, so
You believe in you, James.
in like a couple weeks.
Let's say it out loud.
Couple weeks after this one, it'll be another video out.
Say it out loud. So, and here's the other thing: like when you put it out there, then you have people that say, "Listen, James, I heard this is what you want to do. How's that going?" Right? There's that built-in accountability in saying it out loud. But it's also, if it doesn't get done, then you can still do it, right? So it's both and, right?
Okay. Y'all heard that? For everybody else that's struggling with time management. All right.
It's a skill that you develop.
Let's say, yeah, I agree with that. All right, you put a little fudge around right there. Can you? Is this one? Okay, yeah.
We down to the final.
This one is for sure smaller than.
I forgot about the fudge. I know it's not exciting for you, but.
No, I like fudge round. I hope
You know what? Ooh, this does not smell as amazing as some of the other chocolate ones, though.
You don't think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna take this smell over.
I'm gonna just say the Swiss cake roll smells the most amazing.
I think the nutty, but I'm a peanut. I done pull this off the whole wrap.
I knew something for real get into it. The fudge round. Wow. I forgot about the fudge round.
Is it striped chocolate too? It gotta be.
Wow, they done cut the sugar on this.
They cut the sugar.
They big time cut the sugar on this. I didn't expect that.
I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's get into ranking these bad boys. Okay. You want pink or orange?
I will take pink since it's my favorite color.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rank them backwards. We're gonna go. All right. So I bought 8 and it's supposed to be 7, y'all. So we're gonna use the last one. Is what we would throw in the trash. We wouldn't even buy it.
Most garbage. Okay.
So I'm gonna let you go first. What is your number 8? The most garbage? I wouldn't even look at that. Because I hope y'all ain't buying 8 boxes every time y'all go to the
I'm gonna say the most garbage one for me, and I'm sorry to your grandma, was the raisin cake.
What? Grandma.
Absolute most.
Grandma RP.
I'm so sorry.
She disrespected grandma.
It is not personal. They are trash.
Okay, my garbage gotta be. I'm going cosmic brownies.
You look the cosmic
I'm
brownies.
not buying those. I can't.
Gotcha.
Can't even touch them. All right, now to rank it. Number 7.
All right, let's go.
And you can just sit
Put it on
top. Make this work.
This is a surprise for me, but I was just not prepared.
I'm gonna have to go Stark Crush. Wasn't it for me? Okay. All right, 6.
My 6 was the cosmic brownie. I know that was trash for you, but it was a little bit better than trash.
And you had that over it. All right, grandma. I'm gonna go fudge round for my 6.
So sorry to your grandma.
I'm gonna go fudge round 6. It's probably gonna be all chocolate at the end for me, y'all. It's gonna be the last.
Chocolate all at the end.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh wow, choices. Okay, wow. Okay, so for me, did we? No. I got my 5. This is hard. I don't want to disrespect the little dick.
What you about to disrespect?
It's probably gonna be the Star Crunch next for me. Like
Star
they
Crunch,
was alright, but they wasn't. Okay. They were alright for what it was, but it wasn't all that.
But okay. So you got chocolate at the end too.
A little bit, a little bit of chocolate at the end.
I will say though, if I ate these Okay, I'm just waiting. I'll rank them. All right, my pie gonna be raisin cream, but I would say if I had to eat these, I'm gonna pull the raisins off.
Okay, that's
like
fair.
I used to.
That's fair. I mean, for me, it ain't gonna make it better.
Right. Well, I don't need. I was trying to leave space. You ain't even put that one in.
Oh no, because that was my trash one.
Yeah,
that didn't get no rank.
Don't get no number.
Number
4.
Number 4.
4 for 4.
You know, this because it's hard. I'm gonna tell you.
I know you're not about to do it. I think you're about to do it.
I am. It's the oatmeal cream pies that are 4.
Okay, that's not what I thought you was
that's
to
not
do.
okay.
I thought you was gonna go Swiss roll.
No.
Really?
Oatmeal cream pies 4, and not just because I like. If I had to go where my taste buds are taking me, there are others that are better. That's all.
I'm gonna go for my 4 honey buns.
Alright, I can see that.
Honey bun was kind of trash. I ain't even gonna. Overall, they all weren't that like
amazing.
Yeah. like
different.
Yeah.
It's that sugar content. I'm sure they had to bring it down.
Yeah.
It was like Americans, y'all getting fat and sugar.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, they did that with the cereal too. You know, Fruit Loops.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So my 3 is gonna be honey buns.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay. Didn't change my life. But they're much better than some of these others.
Okay. I'm gonna go Swiss roll. Just cause.
What 2?
Chocolate. That's 3. That's my 3.
Oh, that's your 3.
That's my 3. Swiss roll. We know what your 1 is.
You
so
know my 1. Can we just start there? Can we just go back to that?
You wanna do 1 first?
No. Get into 2.
Okay.
I'm saying my 2 is a Swiss cake roll.
Uh-huh.
And that, I think, is reflective of the fact that I really enjoyed the Swiss cake experience. It's like I remember, right?
So, good smell.
Good
Tastes
smell.
like
Ooh, I love this.
Like you remember last week.
It was just like I remember last week. And, you know, when I was 12 at the same time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like Swiss cake was probably like the most consistent from my childhood memory bank.
Little Debbie K.
My 2 is gonna be nutty. Buddy, it surprised me. I didn't think I was gonna like this, but I forgot I do like peanut butter, y'all, so
If
can't
you're
go
a fan,
wrong.
you're a fan.
But like
So,
do you want like it's kinda crunchy. Oh yeah, I ain't no hate. This is my number 2.
okay. And that.
Numero uno, number 1.
What's yours?
Do I go first on number 1?
Yeah, let's go.
Because you wanna end it off. My number 1 is gonna be the oatmeal.
Oatmeal
Cream. It's an OG. I feel like I've realized I like oats, so it's got like a nice little crunch. You got the cream in the middle. You can't go wrong. Not too flavorful, not too ain't no chocolate in there. So even though I love chocolate people, but in these cakes, can't do the chocolate.
Like chocolate people, not chocolate.
Not chocolate, yeah, not chocolate flavor. I only like chocolate ice cream.
I think that's acquired taste. I'm not a huge fan of ice cream either.
See, so oatmeal cream pie, the OG for me. And then what is your number?
Shout out to oatmeal cream pie. You got to know that the Nutty Buddy
is number
1. And just let me tell you that it gives you all the gifts, okay?
And you said you've never tried it frozen.
I've never tried it frozen. I'm intrigued. Again, I mentioned I do the Kit Kats frozen, so I get that. But it has that. It's the wafers. It's the crunch. It's the layers. It's the textures. It's the mixing up of the things. It has done something special for me, and it's been consistent in that way over time. So, shout out to the Nutty Buddy.
So when I take these home, I'm gonna let you know what my nieces and nephews choose because I'm not eating this. I'm gonna probably keep the oatmeal cream pies for myself. And you're welcome to take anything that you would want to pick. The Nutty Buddies, you can take them.
Come on, party guests.
But again, thank you for spending this time. It's been amazing. I think this is like a really good conversation. Conversation starters, like good energy. Like we talk about like social media, a lot of bad stuff being put out. I think this is like really good and letting people know what you do. And we letting y'all know what tastes good and what's trash. So y'all put in the comments what y'all's favorite is, how often you be trying these and eating these, and if we got anything wrong. And be nice in the comments, please.
Be nice. Okay.
If this blows up.
You might meet a new friend. Just be your authentic self.
Yes. But thank you again. All right, y'all. Peace out. Is there anything you want to say to the peoples before?
Listen. Bring your gifts to the world. Make space for other people. Take some up. Take some up yourself. And continue to be great. That's my advice.
Deuces, everybody. I'll see y'all. My little mocha churro.